What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Moulin Rouge, directed by Baz Luhrmann, starring Aaron McGregor and Nicole Kidman. Moulin Rouge tells the story of this ill-fated writer named Christian who goes to France during the revolution, during the Bohemian era. And in so doing so, he goes to this place called the Moulin Rouge, where he falls in love with this courtesan dancer named Nicole Kidman. And then things happen after that. All right, I'm gonna try and make this review as short and sweet as I possibly can. I do not like this movie. I did not like Moulin Rouge whatsoever. I've seen it twice, and I have seen it enough times to tell you that I do not care about this movie. The only reason why I own this movie is because it came in a double pack with a movie that I actually do like, though I think that movie is silly. I do, but I get enjoyment out of it. I'm gonna get my positives out of the way first when it comes to Moulin Rouge. The production design and the set designs are spectacular. Baz Luhrmann, to his credit, really captured that early 1900s Bohemian Revolution feel. This movie looks outstanding from a production design. I like period piece movies, so because this movie is period piece, I'm gonna give it a pass in a lot of areas because I like the whole aesthetic of seeing the world of 100 something years ago through a more modern lens, more particularly a 2001 lens during the time this movie came out. I love this set. I love the set design of this movie. It's immaculate and spectacular. The costume designs are all very colorful, flamboyant, and over the top. Baz Luhrmann, like I said, he captured that 1900s, that early 1900s feel with this movie. It looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. The cinematography in this movie, well, when the editing is not making you feel like you're going to have a narcoleptic seizure, the cinematography in this movie is really well done. Like, this is a beautiful, pretty looking movie. It's bright, it's colorful, and it's visually pleasing. It's aesthetically, this is a very aesthetically pleasing movie. The dance sequences that are in this movie. This movie is a musical, so the musical sequences that take place in this movie, they are well choreographed. I will give them that. They are well choreographed, and you can tell that a lot of time and talent went into making these dance numbers look as authentic and as fluid as possible. So I'll give the talent that. They made the musical. They made the dance sequences feel very natural. The song selections in this movie, they're okay. I mean, a lot of them are stitched together. I mean, for God's sakes, you have this movie found a way to squeeze Nirvana in there, and it just seems so out of place. But all the other song selections, they're okay. Uh, Honestly, after watching it again, the Roxanne tango scene is probably the best utilization of a popular song in this movie. It really is. That whole scene is actually really well done. It is actually really well done. It's probably the best directed scene in the whole movie. The cast in this movie is really good. I like Aaron McGregor. I thought he was okay as the character of Christian. Nicole Kidman, who plays the lover Satine, I thought she was fine, though there were moments where her acting was really stupid and silly, and made me wonder why. It made me wonder how someone like this had any talent. Uh, but but as the movie progresses, then Nicole Kidman's acting chops finally get utilized to the best of her abilities, and I thought she was okay. Richard Roxburgh, who plays the villainous Duke, he is gleefully over the top, and the man is completely hamming it up, and you can tell he's enjoying himself. So I'll give him that. Jim Broadbent, who plays this character named Harold Ziegler, who is the owner of the Moulin Rouge. I thought he was fine in the role too, though him performing Madonna's "Like a Virgin" will forever haunt the nightmares of my nightmares. That was very painful to sit through, to see a middle-aged man singing "Like a Virgin" to another middle-aged man. Something in my life that I thought I would never see, and Moulin Rouge gave me that awesome gem of nightmarish quality. Thank you, Baz. Thank you. Other than that, I thought Jim Broadbent was okay. He was fine in the role. He's like Richard Roxburgh. He is gleefully over the top, and you can tell the man's having a good time playing the role. John Leguizamo is in this movie. He plays a midget nun. I like John Leguizamo. I actually think he's really funny, though in this movie, I did not find him to be all that funny, to be honest with you. This movie tries to have a lot of comedic moments to it, and I barely laughed at any of them. These wacky hijinks moments this movie wanted to throw in you, I did not like them. I did not laugh. A few of them, okay, I did laugh a little bit. The Argentinian narcoleptic gave me a couple of laughs, and he's also the one that was in the Roxanne dance number scene. So yeah, he was probably my unsung hero of this movie. He gave me some laughs. Maybe because he's barely in the movie. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. Okay, that's all my positives. Now it's time for the negatives. The story of this movie sucks. The writing of some of these characters is ridiculous. I have never seen a movie that talks about love so many times as this movie. It made me want to throw up. All you hear, every other sentence is love, 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 love. I never would thought I would hate a word as much as I hate love, thanks to Moulin Rouge. Just hearing that word now is going to make me squirm in my chair. Every other sentence that comes out of a character's mouth is love, and I hate it. Not only that, they never explain what loves feel to you, how love feels. They say, oh, love is like oxygen. You can't live without it. Okay, but why? Why do you think it's like oxygen? Why do you think I can't live without it? They never really explain this. But I'm supposed to believe that Christian and Satine is love at first sight, and they fall in love the same day that they met. Listen, Romeo and Juliet, this movie is not. I mean, to the credit of Kidman and McGregor, they do try to make the chemistry between these characters work. And in certain moments, yes, it does. And in other moments, it does not. And I give them a lot of credit for trying. But they got a script that's just, bleh. This movie is light on story, and it's all about just being a musical number and putting together the most flimsiest story you can imagine. I mean, for God's sakes, they have this whole thing where the Duke wants to sleep with Satine as a way for the character of Ziegler to get invested by the Duke, so that way the Moulin Rouge could be a legitimate theater, and so that Satine can become a actress, though she is pretty much the crown jewel of the Moulin Rouge, probably making more money than any other person alive, but she wants to be a famous actress. Okay, whatever. I mean, and then once Christian comes into the picture that same night, it's like love at first sight, and it's just hammy, it's just stupid, and I don't like it. Disney, this movie is not. With a Disney movie, you can excuse that. But with a movie like this, okay, my suspension of disbelief can only be stretched so hard. This movie also has some dark moments to it, which seems out of place because this movie is pretty all pop art come to life, and then it tries to throw in some dark moments with the Duke wanting to have Christian killed off if he goes near Satine and things like that, which is completely weird and makes this movie very, very tonally confused. And then at the end of the movie, Satine pretty much dies in Christian's arms because throughout the movie, Satine is pretty much dying of consumption. And then once the big dance number happens, of course, before that, Christian, it's revealed by Satine to Christian that Satine does not want to be with Christian anymore, and this is Satine's way of saving Christian's life from being killed by the Duke. It's like the only way to save Christian is to hurt him, and then you have this elaborate scene where the character of Christian pretty much just degrades and berates Satine in front of a live audience, calling her a whore, saying I paid for my whore, and things like that. And then 2 minutes later, they're back to being in love again. I mean, I've never seen such really bad writing in all my life. This writing sucks. I'm sorry. I'd rather watch Tommy Wiseau's The Room than watch this movie again. Because I don't like this movie. This movie is so stupid. And grown adults wrote this movie. This movie is like... This is the type of movie that 7th grade high schoolers would write, who have no idea how to write. They would just put together the most stupidest, flimsiest story together and say, hey, let's watch this. I mean, the actors are trying, but this movie is not trying. This movie is what it is. It's a spectacle. When you take away the flash and the style, the substance is nowhere to be found. It is dry. It is dry. It is drier than dry. A desert has more moisture than this movie when it comes to substance and characters. And this whole movie is told in flashback, pretty much. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Moulin Rouge. I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10. The cast is, for the most part, is good, and the production design is fantastic. Everything else about this movie is just blah. The technical side of this movie is where it's highlighted, and the actors do a fine job. But when it comes to actually telling a story and things like that, this movie sucks. So yeah, 4 out of 10 for Moulin Rouge. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.